Yo, what's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I just got back from the Asia Blockchain Summit and I really wanted to share with you some of my personal thoughts with regards to what's happening in the crypto conference scene. Just kind of summarizing all the events there and answering some really important questions that I asked prior to going. Namely, is that bull kind of momentum back? Are new players coming into the space? Now, to answer that question first, I think that was my biggest question, and I would say that there weren't that many new hands here. See, usually the conference scene is a good indicator because people really, if they're really interested, they want to meet people face to face and to see what's going on. So, regardless of whether you're a retail investor or you're an institutional investor representing family funds or large investment firms, you want to see what's going on. And honestly, there just weren't that many new players, not many new introductions were made. And if you go to the parties, it's just kind of like meeting the same old faces again. It's like, oh hey, it's Jason from Sora Ventures. Hey, look, it's CNBC Rand Neuner. It's hey, oh look, hey, it's that exchange again, trying to walk around. So yeah, it felt like an old reunion. There was, don't get me wrong though, there's still a lot of energy. I think the energy at this conference was amazing. There's just so many people there, and it almost feels like a revival of everyone that was laying dormant during the bear market when prices were down. People didn't really want and afford, they couldn't afford to go to conferences, right? Think about it, conferences aren't cheap. You got a flight, accommodation, then tickets. But this conference, the tone was definitely very different. And I think it's a healthier direction for the industry, but not an indicator that there are a lot of new blood coming in. We're not reaching that 2017 levels first. I do see some healthy developments in terms of discussions. So now instead of comparing deals, I do see some discussions about, what is sound money popping up. And this discussion that sometimes right now, especially in this market, this admission by people who run funds that own bags and bags of altcoins, that maybe Bitcoin is just a stronger performer, being sound money, and the fact that it probably is the strongest performing currency in the space. I feel like that discussion has shifted away from just chasing the next kind of almost pump, so to speak. It's kind of very funny because you see people in suits, and sometimes you think, oh yeah, these guys, they're just trying to be more serious and not chasing pumps, but everyone chases pumps. That's a secret of the crypto space. Everyone's here to make money, and especially money as fast as possible. And we all know how that goes. That doesn't usually go in the best ways possible. Next strong comment, I think, is also the debate between Nouriel Roubini and Arthur Hayes, this anti-Bitcoin Dr. Doom guy versus Arthur Hayes. He's very pro-Bitcoin and also CEO of BitMEX Exchange. Talk about that soon. Something that's kind of interesting to me is that there wasn't any kind of reasoning to debunk how awesome Bitcoin is in the sense of a uncensorable and also sound money. So these two ideas, I think, I haven't seen a good argument against that, which is really awesome for Bitcoin. So even economists can't argue against that. But that being said, Nouriel Roubini also kind of surprised me. He wasn't the kind of typical professor type. I've hung around in academic circles. I got a master's and I was in research projects before. And normally professors are very well spoken, very strategic, very logical. Nouriel Roubini really played Dr. Doom. Like he really took that character and said, okay, look, how do I make myself into what is almost a Marvel villain? Let me keep repeating Bitcoin going to zero. It's a scam. It's a fraud. Constantly repeating that. And it's interesting how he made a career out of it. And at the end of the day, as much hate as he gets on crypto Twitter and stuff, he made a career out of funding Bitcoin. I mean, doesn't that show that he has faith in crypto if he decides to even design a character that is so sinister and evil around crypto, and he gets paid in conferences? So the conference, I think, paid him like 30K or something US dollars, not a small amount for this, and he built a business out of this. So That gave me a new perspective to say, okay, I see. There are people that are benefiting from just making a lot of noise in this space. I guess kudos to that. Next topic, Binance. I think it's always been brought up at conferences now. At least the ones I go to, if CZ's there, there's hordes of people almost chasing him, trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And this case is no exception. It's very interesting because I was talking to my channel and group that I've been quite lukewarm on Binance. Mostly for two reasons. One is because of this whole IEO craze. I don't think it's the right direction to move for the overall space overall. And I actually directly talked to CZ about it. Like, how do we prevent just lots of retailers flooding in without and buying stuff without knowing what they're doing? And also, how do we prevent a disaster like what happened to the ICO market in last year? I mean, that just imploded and it fizzled, and there's just so many scams in that space. So I'll save that for a video coming up. And he made some direct answers. And I think something that's kind of interesting, kind of got me at least back, is the fact that they actually have users. You see, on the other side of Binance is almost like 20, 30 exchanges attending the space. And various exchanges are approaching me. They're like, oh, we're looking for global brand ambassadors and throwing out these big names and crap. But honestly, if you look at the stats of these exchanges, they're so bad. Very few users, huge reported volume. It's like wash trading is a serious deal in this space. And I feel like we definitely need to start targeting that, and we need to start weeding out really bad exchanges. It does get me kind of upset to see it's like a prolific plague of bad exchanges. And something that's also quite interesting is, on the note of bad exchanges, one of the reasons why there are so many bad exchanges is because of what's happening in China. Because this whole IEO craze is really just taken to the next level in China. You see, we interviewed Kyle Liu from Dap.com previously, and he said something that's very important, which is everything is back in China. All the scams are back. Pyramids are back. IEOs are just like almost like daily events there. It's nuts. And we need to start understanding both sides a little bit more. Last thing that's kind of funny is asking about whether crypto is going to go up or down. I mean, that was a fun question to ask. I don't usually ask price-based questions, but this time I did, and I got the results quite surprised me. So what's very interesting is that the average investor, there's a lot of hodlers out there. Also, a lot of very heavy traders. So for example, FTX or Alameda Research, they handle hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins by just trading. They have a lot of trained algorithms in trading, and there's not that much noise made about various large trading firms that handle a large amount of volume. And they're all like MIT whiz kids. Like, they're all just really, really smart people. So it's really cool to talk to them. Now, the interesting discovery is that if you ask them about price direction, they don't know. Like, right now, we're kind of in this like kind of area where it's up to the algorithms to trade, and that daily volatility, that's what they're kind of focused on, but they don't make big bets in either direction. They're neither bearish nor bullish. And you can feel that if you talk to them, you feel that there's so much energy that they want to go back, like get out of the party and go straight back to the computers to just look at it. Because the algorithms, unlike what we get presented on shady ICO sites that, our AI is everything, the algorithms only learn the patterns that have been happening, and you need to retrain the algorithms almost on a daily or hourly basis. So as the market fluctuates and they read that new data, they need to be slightly retrained. And that's why, even though a lot of firms may be algorithmic heavy, they still need to train that every day. So it's not a fully AI computer knows best scenario. I found that really interesting. And it really goes to show that we're in uncharted territories. I've saw both arguments on both sides. Right now, crypto prices are going back up again. We finally had a little bit of a retrace But the overall feeling is that it's been a little bit too fast, too furious. We passed kind of 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14K almost. That run up has been parabolic without really um any other signs, any other signals to show a healthy return to a bull market. So we're still kind of left hanging in this situation. And this is something I will explore with you. I want to do a few more lives to discuss everything. I have some videos upcoming. So one is my panel, the other is an interview of CZ, and other is an interview with and these are all coming up on this channel. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this video. And I guess comment to me what you think is happening on this market as well. I really want to make some more printed content and content that you are interested in continuing on the box mining journey. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you next time.